All right, welcome back to the Mad Monk Podcast. My name is Aaron.
And my name, of course, is Chris.
If you had said anything else, I'd been like, I'm concerned. Who replaced?
Who am I?
Yeah, what have you done? The next episode of the Mad Monks Podcast, the aliens have replaced Chris. All right, so today, speaking actually of aliens, that was
that was a good one.
That was an unintentional segue.
Oh, that was so good. That was so good.
I should get an Academy Award for that.
You should.
I'd like to thank the Academy for my incredible segue. Okay, so today, so here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Do not put the religion's title in your podcast episode title. Just call it the untitled, unnamed religious conversation, because here's why.
Yes.
If it's named for the religion in the podcast title, it may attract attention, which we don't want.
Yes.
So we're also going to be very clear that all of this, most of it is absolutely the case, but some of this is alleged. So we're not experts in this religion. We are couch quarterbacks, Tuesday morning couch quarterbacks. But there is ample evidence through documentaries,
lots of
through lawsuits, through all this stuff to suggest that this is absolutely the case.
Yes.
So today, Chris, what are we tackling today?
So we're going to take a look at the Church of Scientology. Now, I will start this off by saying that the reason it is called the Church of Scientology is because L. Ron Hubbard, when he first created this, didn't want the government taking it out in taxes.
Yeah.
Didn't want to take taxes. So he said, well, if we're a religious organization, they won't take taxes out.
Yeah, we'll
be tax exempt.
It'll be fine.
That's where it comes from. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer.
He was.
Whether or not was any good at that is up to your individual preference.
He does have a Guinness World Record.
Yeah, but
that don't mean
quantity doesn't equal quality.
No, it doesn't mean he's good.
As a writer, let me tell you, quantity does not equal quality.
No, it does not.
So there's competing opinions on L. Ron Hubbard's writing quality.
Yep.
I've heard less excited and breathless commentary on his writing. I've heard less of that and more of like, what is this? So L. Ron Hubbard is its founder.
Yep, he is the founder. In the 50s.
Yep.
It started with a book of Dianetics, we're going to get into that a little bit.
Yeah. So Chris is coming into this without he did a lot of research this last week.
I did, yes.
I come into it having watched as many documentaries over the past couple of years as I possibly can.
Yep.
Watching Leah Remini's The Aftermath.
Yes, that was a good one.
There's been a bunch of conversations and stuff about the school about the Scientology.
Yep.
And it's really interesting because the whole 501(c), the tax exempt status, they had it. And then it got revoked.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because of some crime, criminal behavior by some Scientology operatives back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And then Scientology waged a quote unquote, and I'm putting that in quotes, quote unquote war on the IRS.
They did
to get their 503(c) tax exempt status back.
Yep.
Through that, they then at an actual Scientology convention announced that the war, in their words, was over. It is a clip on the YouTubes. Search for "The War Is Over" Scientology.
That's true, man.
Mr. Miscavige, who is the head of the Scientology organization, good old David Miscavige, announced in front of the entire Scientology organization at the time in like the 80s or the 90s, and was like, "The war is over. We got it back." And it's wild to look at that through the lens of 2025.
Yeah,
and just go, what? Because they did harass. They did.
Yep.
Make the IRS agents uncomfortable and
they did
a war, quote unquote, against the IRS and their agents personally, not the organization, but the personal agents.
The personal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that war assured them of their 501(c) tax exempt status. Today it is a ongoing conversation that needs to end.
Yes.
Because there's not a lot of reasons that people view allegedly that the church is not a 501c. Okay,
And they're not actually a church either.
it's a whole thing. So where shall we start, Chris?
Okay,
in this meandering conversation that have already kind of thrown us into a ditch.
Well,
Pull us out of the ditch and get us back on the straight and narrow.
Okay,
Maybe.
I've got some good structure here,
Oh,
so
gosh.
hopefully we'll
Good,
stay
because
there.
I have no structure this morning.
Yeah, I don't
I
need
am
it.
structureless. I'm
That's,
rudderless.
that's why I have to do it this way here. I
Yes.
don't have none either.
We're gonna be in
So
big trouble.
it says Scientology. It was developed by L. Ron Hubbard
Yep.
in the 50s,
Yep.
and Scientology is a religion that offers a precise path leading to a complete and certain understanding of one's true spiritual nature and one's relationship to self, family, groups, mankind, and all life forms, the material universe, and the spiritual universe, and the supreme being. Now,
Okay,
Now-
so let's take a pause here for a second. read that one more time slowly.
slowly. Okay. Here we go. It offers a precise path leading to a complete and certain understanding of one's true spiritual nature and one's relationship to self, family, groups, mankind, all life forms, the material universe, the spiritual universe, and the supreme being. That was taken directly off of their website.
Yeah,
I copied and pasted
So
that.
Chris did a deep dive into the Scientology website.
Gee, what a
I
oh.
refuse to go to that website because I've heard that they will mine your IP address and try and figure out who you are. It's wild.
Let them try.
Allegedly.
Come to my house. I dare you.
Allegedly. Please don't actually go to Chris's house.
Come to my house. I
Don't go
care.
to Chris's house. Don't do that.
You come to my house, you're going to have a bad day.
You may want to edit that part out, Chris.
You'll get a lovely hug.
Oh my goodness. Okay, moving forward and out of that conversation. So yeah, the website puts forth this, but if you look at that, so here we always want to talk about how we look at this as from a Christian faith perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
When you look at that, it's mealy mouthed mission statement that doesn't mean really anything.
It means nothing.
Because
exactly.
So the first part of that says what the church blah 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 will do. You will
it offers a complete and certain understanding of one's true spiritual nature. What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't.
That their definitions are not. They're not explaining
Right. Specifically, what you're going to do.
Specifically, exactly.
Well, because you go to church. Most churches now. Again, there
Well,
are some
yeah,
churches
that's-
out there who their mission statements as mealy mouthed as this
yeah,
is.
they suck too.
But if you go to a real church's website,
Yep.
their mission statement or their whatever they've got going
Yep.
there, that absolutely will point to a particular deity,
It will.
a particular
Yes.
kind of belief.
Absolutely.
Versus this is just like, oh well, we're going to explore our personal perspectives on spiritualism.
We're going to find our truth.
We're going to find our truth. And it's like, well, whose truth is it? Well, it's all L. Ron Hubbard's, to be all honesty.
That's the truth, and that we're going to get into that.
Yeah. So, but there's a point at the end where it says the higher power or something.
The supreme
The
being.
supreme being.
Now you think about that supreme being. What does that even mean?
Right. Because every church, every religion has a supreme being.
Yeah.
But, and this is the difference, that every other church, every other religion identifies that supreme being by name.
Yeah.
It says we claim, like in Islam, it's this guy. In Hinduism, it's this person.
Yep.
In
Yep.
whatever Judaism.
Well, Hinduism, there's like millions.
Yeah, there's thousands,
There's
but
lots
they're
of
very
them.
specifically named.
They are
This is
specifically
who
named.
we worship. This is
Yep.
who we follow.
Yep.
In Christianism, and Christians.
Christian, is that a new word you just made up?
Apparently, good Lord.
That was good.
It is Saturday morning.
The practice of being a Christian.
8:30, and you're expecting me to be able to pontificate clearly on linguistical.
That was beautiful.
That's a new one. Linguistical words. You're asking a lot, especially after my busy Friday.
That's
but
right.
I'm here and I'm caffeinated-ish.
Yes,
so,
we are. Mostly.
The point. We're there. The point of it is that every religion has a supreme being identified. In
Yeah,
Christianity,
exactly.
it's Jesus, it's
Yep.
God, it's the Holy Spirit.
My man Jesus.
And even in Catholicism, it's still Christ, Jesus,
The
Mary.
Pope, Mary.
Like there's a whole structural system. It is very clear who and what they believe in.
Exactly.
With Scientology, it's
Good luck.
less so, and
Yeah.
it's kind of wild.
And so that brings us into a lot of our next things. So Scientology addresses the spirit, not the body or mind, and believes that man is far more than a product of his environment or his genes. So they're basically saying that they have the answers for man,
Everything.
for everything. That's what they're saying. It says, I mean, this is boring stuff, copied directly from their website.
Right.
It comprises a body of knowledge which extends from certain fundamental truths. Prime among these are: man is an immortal spiritual being. His experience extends well beyond a single lifetime. That, do you know what that is?
Yeah. So here's, oh boy.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but until recently, in the last 25 years,
Yep.
Scientology has been able to operate with their scriptures and their higher level stuff.
Yep.
With kind of being able to hide it behind a wall. Like there hasn't been a lot, because again, it was hard to get information, hard to get stuff. But as over the last 20 years, with the adventure,
the internet, bro,
the internet,
yeah,
the cameras, phones, all this stuff,
yeah.
There is a lot more scrutiny.
Oh, there is.
That's being applied, and people are speaking out because with the advent of all of this connectivity, people are starting to go, "Oh, you had the same problem. Oh, you had the same problem."
Exactly.
And so when you have like a show like Leah Remini's Aftermath, you have documentaries over the years, because people are starting to hear about this and take notice of it, because the internet is everywhere and the exposure is more. People are finding out, okay, this Scientology thing, that's different. That's interesting. And so, yeah, the exposure to it and the exposure of it. You can go online now and search Scientology myths or Scientology truths or Scientology Leah Remini, and you will find all kinds of stuff. So they talk about the path. It's an actual ever-growing system. That has been revised over the years.
It is.
Where you get to a point where you're going clear. And that means you've reached the epitome. There's like different levels of going clear. And Going Clear is one of the documentaries that is really insightful into what Scientology is all about.
And we're going to talk about the cost of that too.
Oh my gosh.
There's a cost associated.
Oh boy.
So they're basically saying that you're reincarnated.
Yeah.
Because think about this. They specifically say that you sign a 1 billion year contract.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of their people are getting paid $50 a week.
Yeah.
That's slave labor.
Yeah. It's bonkers.
It is.
So what Chris is referring to is that when you sign that contract and you become a part of the Scientology Church, they basically they can do whatever they want to you. They can make you clean the ship. They can make you clean a building. They can make you put you on work detail. You give your life in totality over
complete totality
to the church. You're cut off.
Yep.
You're restricted in what you can watch or view. You are subjected to, I think, either weekly or monthly interviews.
I think it's weekly.
Weekly interviews, and they use this e-meter that measures whether or not you're telling the truth, which is a bunch of bunk.
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything. It's just it's a technology advancement that hasn't changed since the 60s. They've shined it up and made it look pretty, but it doesn't. It's the same dang thing.
So if you think about it, it measures electrical impulses. If it even does that,
right?
We don't really know what it does. Nobody really does, I don't think.
Right, because getting one is hard. Like you've got the older models, but they have these new models that they made improvements on, a new technology, and it's
what a farce.
It's really hard because it's one of those things where people get bought into this.
Yeah,
and there's people that are like, okay, we talk about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, I think we've talked about this before. Tom Cruise is a leading, he's at the top of the Scientology ladder.
He has his own penthouse at the headquarters.
Yeah. And there's a reason why I don't watch Tom Cruise movies. Yeah. It's because,
I don't now.
And we talked about Maverick, it's such a good movie. It's like, yeah, but guess who's the lead role in that thing?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. I'm not giving that man any of my money, even ancillary money.
Yeah.
Because my thing is that as good as that movie is, like the last Mission Impossible movie is debuting, and Tom Cruise is all over the papers.
Yep.
I'm like, this man is insane. He has given his life and promotes Scientology and has destroyed relationships with his previous wives, awful, because he's done so that's part of would I love to be able to watch Maverick? Absolutely. I've seen clips on YouTube and it looks like a good movie.
It's incredible.
But it's Tom Cruise.
Yep.
And this is what Scientology will do, and what their goal has always been, is to get people in Hollywood into the program so then they can promote Scientology to their fellow celebrities,
to millions,
but also to the fans.
Yep.
Be like, hey, look, we've got Tom Cruise. We've got, who's the other guy?
John Travolta.
John Travolta.
There's lots of others.
John Travolta, formerly Leah Remini, and a bunch of other formers.
She did that documentary was incredible.
Yeah, documentary, her TV show. She
so
has
good.
her drive has been incredible to see her try and
it has.
really show Scientology for what it is.
I love her passion, man.
Yeah, she doesn't stop. But so the idea behind it is we want to get people in power to be Scientologists.
That's what it's about, though.
Yep.
It's about power.
Yep.
And so and we're going to get into that. I mean, we're going to go pretty quick through this, but it basically says his capabilities are limited, even if not presently realized.
Yeah.
That's kind of like saying you are a mini god, maybe, possibly.
Yeah. So what they say is that only through our program can you find your true identity and your true power.
Yeah, exactly.
And your true path and your true connectivity to the world and the awesomeness and the greatness.
Whatever that means.
And it's a bunch of just metaphorical nonsense because and you mentioned this earlier, the cost associated with these programs, it starts small.
Yeah.
But it gets bigger.
A lot bigger.
It costs more than it costs thousands of dollars, millions of dollars,
hundreds of thousands
to get to the topmost level because you have to keep buying the programs, keep buying the quote unquote the books and the materials, and being a part of the training classes and all this stuff, all for the goal of going clear. And it's been documented that since it started in the 50s, so the PATH system, they've obtained copies of it.
They have,
Every 10 years or so,
Yeah.
they add another level.
Huh, I wonder why they do that.
Because people reach the level of topmost clear, and we've discovered more from L. Ron Hubbard's writings
Let's
in
charge them
the
another
archives.
$100,000.
We have another level you have to go through to get to be. I can't remember what the levels are called.
I think I actually have the levels. The 8 dynamics. I have those
levels of. Hold on, I'm just going to Google it now because. Yeah, levels of Scientology. They're called the bridges. So the bridge to total freedom. Okay, so they're called OT levels.
Yeah, OT levels.
There we go. Yeah. Operating Thetan or Thetan.
Thetan, yep.
So yeah, there's every 10 years or so they add additional OT levels.
Yep.
So then you have to go back and you have to spend more money on that level and get more and more to reach the ultimate level of going clear. And it's just
Whatever the frig that means.
Because I think here's the thing. So when you get bought into the program, and people who've come out of the church talk about this, like, yeah, it seems so great, and I felt like it's a cult, basically, is what people say.
It is a cult
because it manipulates you into going, oh, I need to keep doing this because I'm doing the right thing, and we're the right people, we're the right religion, we're the right faith. Everyone else is wrong. And again, cult-like behavior. Everyone else, don't talk to anybody else. There's a significant amount of evidence, both in documentary, court cases, and anywhere else, that if you're in the Church of Scientology, and you have family members who leave the church, they are no longer. You cannot talk to them. They are cut off. It is over. Game over. And sometimes, allegedly, according to documentaries, court cases, and others, that the Church of Scientology will employ private detectives or people to either impose a physical presence upon people who are outside, who have left the church, or
they will do it too.
Yeah, and they call them suppressive persons, SPs. Yep. And so there's a whole thing there. It's nuts. We sit here as Christians and we talk about this. We go, where is the grace, the love, the mercy, the kindness, the compassion, the forgiveness? Where is any of that in this? It doesn't exist.
They speak that, but they don't do it.
No. Yeah. It's. I don't want to say that it's a lie, but it's allegedly a lie.
I actually will say it.
Yeah. Okay, you can.
It's a lie. I'll say it. It's a bunch of crap.
I'll position it this way: when you sit in the Church of Christ, in the Christ Church, in the Jesus following Christian faith,
that's right,
and you look objectively at Scientology, and you go, okay, let's work through the beginning, just the first couple of processes.
The first part, yeah.
This what? No, why would you do that? Okay, and then you get to the 4th and 5th and 6th, and you're like, no. What?
Whoa.
Why are we doing this? This is
skirt.
What? And then what happens if you leave the church? Well, the church will officially declare, no, we don't do that. And their public relations machine will say that. But the reality of what documentaries and court cases and others have shown, it absolutely is the case. They will absolutely chase you down, and they will absolutely engage in a campaign of harassment.
Yep.
And it's mind blowing because because of how that works, of how they isolate people inside the cult who have been a part of the cult for 40, 50, 60 years, 70, like, they don't know that this is wrong because they've grown up in this and their children.
Yeah, that's all they know. Yep.
But when people when they get out, they call it when someone blows. It is insane to watch the response from officials and people in the Scientology church, because they will chase them down, they will harass them, they will try and paramilitarily address that. And it's kind of just like, what are we doing? Why can't you just let them leave? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with them simply walking out of the building and going home and seeing their family? But because of how isolation-based cult it is, that's offensive. That is bad. You're being a suppressive person. You can't be connected to a suppressive person because they're wrong.
But that's exactly the sign that you need. That's the only thing you need to know. Mm-hmm. Because if you hit that level and you're like, well, that doesn't sound right. Well, no, I don't know. See you later. Bye. I'm out. Peace out, dog.
Signed, sealed, delivered. I'll see y'all later. You're done. But what happens is by the time they get to that point, they've been bought in.
It's too late.
They've been cultified.
That's right.
Into, there you go. There's a word.
Cultified. I like that.
They've been cultified into understanding and believing that this is the way, the truth, and the life, when definitely not the way, the truth, and the life. All right, I have continued to throw us into a ditch. Pull us out of the ditch, Chris.
We're coming out of the ditch. So Scientology further holds man to be basically good. Now that is a bunch of crap. So here's
the closed caption that's under me right now. If you're watching a video, laughs and Christian.
Yeah,
because man is not good.
Man is very bad, and that is the distinct.
Yeah.
That is one of the main distinctions I want to make here, is that a lot of these cults will say that man is basically good.
Yeah.
When Scripture says specifically that we are really bad.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're in need of a Savior.
Yep.
We need somebody to rescue us because we can't do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And so Scientology says you can do it all yourself.
Yeah.
And you can't. So I want to get into the next part of this. So the estimated cost to OTVII, so that'd be level 8.
OT, so 5 plus 3?
10. It'd be 5, 8. So it'd be 8.
Operating Thetan 8.
Yep, and Thetan is talking about the man in body and body and soul.
We're going to talk about what that actually means too, and how that story's been told.
That's a bunch of stupid crap.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. Let's see. So it says a rough estimate suggests that you'll pay $128,000 to reach clear, another $33,000 to reach OT3, and an additional $100,000 to $130,000 to reach OT8. Which is the highest level currently available. Did you hear that?
Currently available. Yep.
There are many more. I mean, this goes on and on, dude. So then I want to get into. So I was going to do that one. Okay, we're going to skip that. Now let's get into the 8 dynamics.
Okay.
So this is kind of the back end belief system that they have, sort of. It's kind of goofy, but we're going to get into it.
I love it, sort of.
Sort of, yeah. I'll tell you, y'all. I'm just kind of blunt, man. I don't like to beat around the bush. So, and the dynamics are based on an urge to survive, right?
Right.
It's based on survival.
Yeah.
And so the first dynamic is self. This is the effort to survive as an individual, the effort to survive as long as possible for self.
So they believe, and there's been some conversation about this. Okay, a lot of this is alleged.
Yeah, it is alleged, but
that man can live forever.
That's yes.
Unfortunately,
that's not.
L. Ron Hubbard didn't live forever. Fun fact:
where's he at right now, y'all?
He dead.
He's dead.
His death was kind of a little bit of a surprise. They knew he wasn't well, but it's a whole story there. Wikipedia that if you're interested. But they allegedly, according to Leah Remini and other sources, that there are at there's a house, L. Ron Hubbard's house or whatever, or wherever his palatial whatever, where they keep it running and clean.
Yep.
Because they're awaiting L. Ron Hubbard's return. He is supposed to come back.
Oh my! I didn't know that. Oh
yeah,
my!
There is a house, a location somewhere in either California or wherever it is.
It would make sense it's in California.
That there is a staff that is paid to keep it pristine and to keep it ready for when the day comes when L. Ron Hubbard will return.
He's
not really a lot to say to that.
Yeah, I got a few words, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut right
Nothing
now.
appropriate for a podcast.
Yeah, it's not appropriate.
So, all right, continue.
Okay, the second dynamic is the sex dynamic. Now, this one, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not going to edit this out. It's going to be just what it is.
Okay.
The urge towards a sexual act, and the second part of this is the family dynamic. So, to have sex and to have a family as an end result of that.
Okay.
So the third dynamic is the group dynamic, the urge to survive with a group of individuals or to survive as a group. And this was taken directly off their video.
Yeah.
Directly off their video.
This is not fake news or fake
It's
edited.
not fake news.
Yeah.
It comes directly from their website.
That was a great impression. Never do that again.
The fourth dynamic is the mankind dynamic, the urge towards mankind and as mankind, which means nothing really.
That means, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean anything. Fifth dynamic is life forms. The urge to survive is life forms. The effort to survive in life.
There's a lot of survive conversation here. What is that?
That's what it's about. It's about survival. So if you think about it, it reminds me a little bit of Charles Darwin.
Oh, yeah, survival of the fittest or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me a lot of that. It has undertones of that in it a lot. The sixth dynamic is the physical universe. This is so-called MEST. MEST stands for matter, energy, space, and time.
Oh.
Whatever that means. The
Yeah.
urge to survive as physical unit. It's the urge to survive as the physical universe. And I believe they get this from because a lot of the things we see out in space, we're made of a lot of that stuff. That's what they're talking about, which is absolute freaking stupidity. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Hold my tongue, Chris. Hold your tongue. And with the help of the physical universe.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Okay.
The seventh dynamic is spiritual. The urge to survive as spiritual beings, which I don't even know
what that means.
I don't know how
within this context of Scientology.
Yeah, with Scientology, I don't know exactly what they're talking about.
Well, so okay, so we're gonna put a break. We're gonna not put a break. We're gonna stop here for a second. So this is again alleged because what the church has constantly denied and or kind of tried to obfuscate what we're about to talk about here. So you get to a certain level. You get to like OT 8 or OT whatever. There's a certain level where you're given access to the deeper details of Scientology and the story of what happened. And the story goes that, and this is a loose interpretation because my memory's, it is what it is. But the story that L. Ron Hubbard cooked up, which again, it's sealed inside like a briefcase, and there's a whole process to see it. At least it was back when we talked about Lee Remini and all her documentaries and the other documentaries. So the Thetan, so back in the beginning of time or some such nonsense, there were exact replicas of like a certain kind of American bomber that dropped bombs on the Earth. And they dropped...
I think it was in a volcano.
In a volcano, and they dropped these spirits, and the spirits were searching for homes to live in, and they entered into the human bodies, and that's your inner Thetan.
Oh my!
That is
Lord.
a very, very broad, quick summary of what.
That's basically right, though.
But what's interesting is that the model of the plane is very specific. Oh, it's like an American bomber. And this is like primordial soup days where this happened. And so when the OT levels is the operating everyone has an inner Thetan that we have to then engage with or connect with or what have you.
Whatever the frig it is.
Whatever it is. And so the OT, the operating Thetan, it's like they believe that you're a Thetan. You have a Thetan inside you that you need to going clear and going all this stuff and whatever. And it's wild. Because you look at it and it's like we've talked about the Mormon religion and Joseph Smith's repeated having to do his golden plates a couple times and the story changed because that was all again invented by one guy, not based on anything biblical or any of it.
Over a period of history.
Over a period of time that wasn't really anyway. So you have these guys who invent this religion, and then L. Ron Hubbard was not a... It's not that he wasn't intelligent. He was intelligent.
He was very intelligent.
But he was too smart for his own good.
He was stupid at the same time.
He created a religion because he wanted And when you study L. Ron Hubbard and what he did is they got kicked out of certain places, and then they were on a boat, and they were on the
oh yeah, he was like the master of three boats.
Yeah, he was the captain of a flotilla.
Yep.
But then the ship was having issues. They had to go into port. Things happened. It's a whole history, and if you really want, again, Going Clear, all the documentaries, you should definitely check it out because it will open your eyes if they haven't already been opened, and it will make you just shake your head and go, "What in the world?"
Yep.
So the operating Thetan is there's a Thetan inside all of us, and there's a history of the Thetans, and we have to find our Thetan, and the Thetans move in, and we go. I don't even remember the half of it, but there you go. That's the operating Thetan. Sorry, I pulled us into a ditch.
Well,
again.
it's too. The problem is it's too complicated. There's too many things that you have to remember. There's too many things that you have to do.
Well, and it's one of those things where it's like the complicated factor of it. It's like, oh, well, this must be right because it's so complex.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
so involved. Like there's so the truth, and they give it to you in pieces. They don't give it to you all at the beginning.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
if they did, you'd be like, this is a bunch of bunk, and I'm out.
They feed off of your curiosity,
right? And so they slowly but surely reveal it, so that by the point, what you do?
I jerked out the.
Oh, Chris has lost his head. I don't know. One of them.
There we go.
Okay, you better? We better now? Okay.
We're good. We're good. I was like, holy crap, something's wrong.
Yeah, he's
it's wrong.
Yanking headphones. So yeah, they make it so complex and they unveil it slowly. So that you feel like you're discovering something and you're learning more about yourself.
That's exactly
right. You can do this, you can do that.
Very deceptive.
And then by the time you get to the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that you've given and the truth is revealed, you have no choice but to go, yep, that's the truth. That's what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because because in the back of your head, there's probably a small part of you that's going, oh, this is insane.
Something's wrong with this.
Something's wrong.
Yeah,
but the overwhelming persona that you have in your head or brain is like, no, yeah, we've believed it since, and they've been doing right by us, and yeah, it's right, it's the truth, it's the truth.
Yeah.
But there's that small part of you that just goes, but it's too late because you've sold out the rest of your part of you, the rest of your soul to them.
It makes you feel like you've been deceived.
Yeah.
And you don't want to feel that way.
Yeah. So Leah Remini talks about that in her documentaries and the Going Clear. A lot of the documentaries, not just Leah Remini, but other documentaries that have been done about Scientology. They talk about people when they realize how deep they were in and how lost they were.
Yeah.
There are people when people blow from Scientology, they have no money to their name.
Nope.
Because all their money goes to Scientology. Everything they have is over in Scientology, and they've been disconnected from their family or anybody in their lives for so long. When they get out in the world, because they don't have access to internet, I mean, they have limited access. It's all censored inside Scientology, allegedly.
Yes.
There's a lot of
allegedly
a lot of curated internet activity.
I could see that.
And so they come out and they're just like, I don't know how to operate in this world.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, but I don't know what to do, and they end up having a lot of issues. And so there's actually a couple organizations. One that came out of the Aftermath movie or the Aftermath documentary. It's the Aftermath Association or whatever, or not association, whatever it's called. But they are specifically focused on people who have left Scientology and supporting them, because you come out with nothing.
Yeah.
You have no contact, and you have to try and rebuild who you are outside of your identity with Scientology for however long you've been in.
Yep.
And again, as a Christian, when I hear this, I go, what? Where? How? How does this happen? How is this possible? Because you look at Christ, you look at Jesus, you look at the Holy Spirit. In no part of the Bible, from Genesis to Revelations, at any point, does the Bible say you must isolate yourself in a corner and not talk to anybody? And
it says the opposite.
Yeah, it says get in a community, be together with people, share, spread the word, go to different places, explore, seek out the sinner, seek out the unsaved. Go, 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 go. Not stay inside.
And that's
like
the Great
a hobbit.
Commission. That's the Great Commission. Ooh, a hobbit.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Smeagol, more or less. Stay inside like a Smeagol. Precious. My precious.
That was a great movie.
I mean, it's solid.
Sorry, y'all. We might do one on that one, too. That was a great movie.
Lord of the Rings is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
So that's the thing is that when you start to... But here's the worst part about it is that when people get into this program, it is so hard to get them out.
Oh, it is.
It's incredibly hard because you have family members who will call them or try and find them and be like, hey, we want to see you. I can't see you. You're a suppressive person. I can't talk to you. You need to get out. You need to get away from me. You're dead to me. I don't know you.
But that tells you all you need to know.
If that
it does.
A religion that isolates and follows that policy so strictly with its members.
Yeah.
They might claim, we don't do that. Well, you do, because it's in the book and it's in the paperwork that people have pulled and managed to sneak out of the organization, where there's policies that were written by L. Ron Hubbard in the 50s that are continually to be used today.
Yep.
And it's mind-blowing that this is still a thing.
It's crazy.
But I think the truth of that matter is that they've done some of the studies in the documentaries recently have shown that the population of Scientologists is shrinking.
It is.
Because
it is.
People are figuring it out.
Because of the internet.
Mind you, Scientology owns massive amounts of buildings and massive amounts of
Florida?
cities. Yeah,
Dude.
Clearwater.
They wanted to buy Clearwater.
Yeah, and they had there was actually like a week or two ago, there was a city council meeting where Scientology actually showed up to the meeting.
They did.
And it got contentious, and it was very revealing, I think, for a lot of people about how Scientology operates.
Yep.
Because they wanted to buy a road. They wanted to buy a road.
That's what it
and
was.
then control the road.
Yep.
And it was like,
it's a part of the city. No.
but that doesn't make sense. They're like, we're going to revitalize Clearwater. You've had years to do it. You've made it your home, and it's not working out as well as you'd like.
No, it sucks.
It's wild to me.
It's crazy.
I think that's my word for the Church of Scientology. Just wild.
Wild. Yeah, that's
all right. Back on the trail.
Okay, we got one more dynamic. The eighth one is infinity.
Oh
my goodness!
Cool. Okay.
The urge to survive as infinity.
Huh?
You know what okay, let me finish reading this.
Okay, please do.
Commonly supposed to be a supreme being or creator, it embraces the allness of all. So it doesn't. You know what it reminds me of like thinking that we are a part of the universe, like we're. So the difference between Scientology, Christianity, right, in terms of creation, is that it's confusing because Scientology says that you're a part of all of it, but that's not what it is.
What is all of it?
Yeah, what is all of it?
Because within that, so read that last one again.
It embraces the allness of all. It sounds, to me, it just sounds stupid.
Right.
But, I mean, people say, this is such a great thing to have. I'm like, this is stupid.
Well, it's very much, it's a lot of generalizations.
It is.
If you read back through all those again, which we're not going to do, and you look at that and you examine it, you go, that's a lot of just nothing. So when you look at Christ and you look at the Bible and you look at the gospel and you look at any part of the Bible, the authors, the disciples, the apostles, they are super specific on a lot of things.
They are.
There's a reason why the Ten Commandments exist, because that is a very specific system with which to run your life.
It is.
We talk about in Ephesians, it talks about the armor of God. We talk about, I think it's, Colossians or whatever it is, where it talks about what love is. Like, there's so many specific pieces of the Christian faith that have been written about and detailed in the Bible and examined and proven over the thousands of years.
Yes, there. Amen, brother.
And it's not like Jesus came out and said, there's a planet that you are going to be a part of when you die, and it's going to be great. People were like, what? Who are you? No, Jesus was like, there's only one way, through me, through my saving grace, through my sacrifice.
Facts.
You can get through, and there's this and there's that. It's uber specific. You know exactly where you stand.
Yeah, exactly.
If you read the Bible, if you pick a verse out, you know exactly where you stand. You know exactly where you're going. You know exactly how to get there. It's really super clear. This is not. It is absolutely a game of smoke and mirrors, and it is wild to me.
It is, and like you start. Oh, we're not done yet, though.
Oh, of course not. Why wouldn't we be?
The insanity continues. So now we have the arc. So, let's see, what do they call it? The arc triangle, and actually there was.
I'm gonna put some adult beverages in my cup here in a little bit because this is too much.
We may have to.
This too much.
It is.
I don't want to. You can't make me. Actually, you can because we're doing a podcast. Continue with your assault on my brain.
So the arc triangle, I'm a little confused as to what it actually is. I mean, they don't really specify specifically what. Okay. So basically, affinity means an emotional response. So it's talking about the man as a whole, right? Uh-huh. The different pieces of the man. Uh-huh. Kind of. Uh-huh. So, no, not really. Not really.
I like how we just No,
I'm sitting here like, no, not really. Reality, solid objects, real things of life, and then communication, interchange of ideas between people. So it's sort of like your interactions with the physical universe, with physical things, with people, and with emotions. All of them together form understanding. All terms are interdependent. And if you lose one, you lose the others. This came off of their website. I'm not kidding.
I don't doubt you. One more time.
Affinity.
So it's an affinity triangle, correct?
Yeah, it's arc. So no, it's arc. So it has three different concepts, right?
Okay.
Affinity is the emotional response you take when people interact with you, right?
That's just called normal human behavior.
That's called human behavior.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, what's next?
What these people are. Oh my god.
It's interesting for sure.
Help me, Jesus. Reality, solid objects, real things of life. So this is you interacting with a wheelbarrow.
That's
I don't
what
know.
you do when you walk down the street.
Yeah, you're
Okay. Super cool. What's next?
Communication, interchange of ideas between people. That's called
It's called talking.
It's called talking.
That's what we're doing right now. Hey, we've checked up. So we went to brunch.
We
this
already
morning.
did all
we
this.
We moved through the world. We're talking to each other, and then we're reacting to we've got it. We've got the arc. We're done. Sign us up, baby. We're done.
But we can't let one of them fail now,
right? Because then everything will fail. Well, and so that's what the other thing is. Like, well, if one of the then if it fails, you have to go and do your meeting. You have to do your interview. You have to go confess.
Your advisor, or what do they call them? What do they call those people?
Oh, dang, I don't remember.
Your what do they? What the frick is it called? I can't remember the name of it.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, we got to look this up.
Scientology interview is called the auditor. It's your auditor.
There we go.
That's
the darn
So
word.
you want to know something insane? So this is again alleged, but proven through documentaries, interviews.
There's enough evidence.
There's enough evidence. Those auditor sessions, those notes are stored and secure.
They are kept.
And so if you blow, or if you start to cause issues, they're gonna pull.
They will
off the shelf and then go, what can we use to make this person?
Yeah.
Or what can if they blow from the church? They've been known to set up hate websites.
They have. They've done it, man.
And talk about, oh, well, this person said this person did this. So those supposed private notes in the auditing sessions, they're not private. They will use it against you.
They will.
And they will do everything. They will hold protests outside your home with signs saying allegations against you, which are completely unfounded, but you probably said something about close to it in an auditing session, and so they're like, well, we'll use that against them. So yeah, no, the auditing sessions, there's some allegations, and alleged, that some of them are recorded, in addition to the notes that are taken. I
would actually say so if you think about this, if somebody just writes something down on a piece of paper, it means something, but if you have audio evidence on top of that, then it's more believable. Yep. The problem is that, right? So it sort of reminds me of Google. The difference between Proton and Google. Yeah. Google, there have been people that have said that Google can look at all your photos.
Yeah. Oh no, they've
done it
on the phones now. There's an app which scans your phones.
Yep,
scans your phones. Scans your photos.
It does,
and you can disable it, but you have to know what you're doing to disable it.
Exactly. So that tells you. Proton, on the other hand, is a privacy centric, focused platform. So because Swedish privacy laws are some of the best in the world. Yeah, they are absolutely good. Yeah, and so they keep your stuff secret. They encrypt it on both ends. Yeah. And so you think about that in terms of Scientology, you remember nothing is private. Yep. Nothing. If you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to worry about. But those auditors will probe you. Yep. And they will find one thing that hurts you deeply, and they will pick at it.
Yep. And they'll get you to confess to things.
They will get you to confess.
Say things that you would never share with anybody because that's private information.
I tell them to suck it.
Yeah, well, by that point you're sold out, so you'll tell them anything.
Tell them,
because there's in these documentaries, in these interviews, there's conversation about like they felt like they they needed to have something to confess to.
Yep.
They needed to be needed, and they felt like they were being led, and they had to say something. They had to say, "Oh, I did this, or I did that, or I'm doing that, or whatever." And so it's this very cultish, organized system that's built to push you towards a direction. Yeah, it's wild. Again, there's documentaries across the board. There's a bunch of articles out there. If you're listening,
There's so much evidence.
definitely dig into it. The big situation that came out was the Danny Masterson trial.
Oh yeah,
Danny Masterson starred in that '70s show as Kelso.
Oh, he did. Yep. I've never
And
seen the '70s
He was
show.
accused of SA, and he was convicted of SA. And the Church of Scientology's part in that was that they hid or protected and did not address the accusation and the crime that occurred. And so the church got pulled into that trial, and things that were documented about the church's behavior were on the record. Were actually on the record. And the Danny Masterson trial confirmed a lot of what people suspected.
Yeah.
Is that if you go to the church, if you're a member of the church, and this person who SA was committed against went to the church, and the church kind of just pushed it away. They didn't really deal with it. And so then the person went to the police, and the police were like, "Wait, what?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, they said they would address it.
Wait, the what?
They didn't address it, and they didn't take care of it. They didn't report it."
Yeah.
And so that whole kerfuffle, Danny Masterson is going away for a long time. He will not be out of jail. What's interesting is, though, and here's the curious part, and this is the part where it makes me really angry. So when Danny Masterson was arrested and going to go to trial, I think it was Topher Grace and whoever played the girl.
Oh, Topher. That name sounds familiar.
He played in that '70s show.
Yeah.
And then the lady, the girl, Lauren, is it Lauren Ambrose?
I've never actually seen the show, so I don't really know.
It's all right. It's not my jam. Hold on. Let me go to the '70s show cast here. Hold on. I gotta
I'm
get
kind of digging this Google Docs, man. This thing's got really good.
Okay. So Laura Prepon.
Yep.
And Topher Grace. Yeah. So, and I think Ashton Kutcher was also involved in this. So when Danny Masterson got arrested, it was either Laura Prepon, Topher Grace, or Ashton Kutcher, or a variation of all three. They wrote a letter of support for Danny Masterson. And saying, "We believe him, we trust him,
we love our friend.
We love our friend." And then they had to walk that back when that was revealed that they were the stars that wrote letters and supported him.
Did a skirt, huh?
And they're like, we apologize. That was bad judgment.
Bad judgment.
I think. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta do this. Laura.
It's just crazy to me, man, how deep this rabbit hole goes.
So yes, Laura Prepon was a member of Scientology, but she's no longer active in the church. She has stated that she left Scientology 5 years ago and is no longer part of her life. Her decision to leave was part of a personal religious evolution, was influenced by her experiences with motherhood. So she left in 2021, but that was long after Danny Masterson was arrested and trial was engaged.
Yeah.
So she was a part of the reason why she wrote the letter is because Scientology told her, "You need to support him. You should." And she blanks, okay, well, yeah, we'll do it. And then they found out, oh God, it was a bad idea to do this because people turned on him. They're like, "I'm sorry, you're siding with Danny Masterson," and we won't talk about the details of what he did of his SA accusations and what was proven true. You can do your own research on that one.
Yep, you can.
But it's awful.
We encourage you.
He was a terrible human being to the accuser. And to the person who was vindicated with justice and with the result of the trial.
Yeah.
But that is the dark side. Another piece of the Scientology puzzle is they will not process or push for prosecution. They don't cooperate with the police.
Nope, they don't.
They also tell you don't go to psychiatrists and get medication. You can get it all healed through the power of Scientology. They have, and until recently,
you mean the brainwashing?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, they have put out their own like drug centers, like drug prevention centers or drug treatment centers, which are focused around, guess what, Scientology teachings, and that is a whole mess. So Scientologists don't believe in medication. They don't believe in medicine. They believe in the power of the Scientology church will heal you and take care of you, and You don't need to go to a psychologist. You need to get an audit. You just need to go get an audit. The audit will clear your mind. The audit will fix you. Don't take ADHD medication. Don't take the prescription drugs for mental health issues.
Nope.
Don't do any of that. No. The church, L. Ron Hubbard's teaching has the truth.
He
will fix you. We'll fix you. We'll fix you through the auditing process. Going clear will clear all of this out. It'll take care of you.
Jeez, that rabbit hole goes deep.
It is wild. But here's the thing. So the church that Val Kilmer was a part of, which is not Scientology, but it's the Church of Science Christ or whatever.
Yep.
The Church of Science teaches the same thing. Don't go to doctors.
It does.
Don't do this. The reason why Val Kilmer's cancer got so bad is he waited until he finally said, okay, I'm going to go get it checked. He survived, but his condition, he was constantly saying, oh, I've been cured of my throat cancer. I'm not doing. So again.
And now where's he at?
He's dead.
Exactly.
But his
May
story,
he rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good guy. He wasn't a terrible human being for the most part, but those decisions, because the church told me not to go to a doctor. At no point in the Bible do you see Christ going, "Don't trust the doctors." I mean, heck, Luke was a physician.
Luke was a physician. Yes. They called him the great physician.
They called Jesus the great physician.
Yeah, they did.
That's you believe in Jesus, believe in the power of prayer, but nowhere in the Bible does it say pray but don't seek treatment.
God gave people gifts for a reason.
The power of
I trust about a third of the doctors.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I trust that many, but
I trust more, but that's a personal opinion. You're allowed to have that.
I don't like doctors very much, but there are good ones out there.
Yes.
There are good ones.
They exist, and
they do.
Modern medicine is a miracle.
It is.
Penicillin is a miracle.
It's beautiful.
Amoxicillin is a miracle.
It is.
There's things that have happened and been discovered that have saved millions of lives.
I would have died a long time ago if I didn't have that stuff. I had jaundice when I was a baby. I was born dead.
And modern medicine brought you back.
No, it didn't.
Oh,
Jesus did.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
That's another story.
Through some modern medicine assistance, Jesus helped put you back on the path.
No.
You don't think modern medicine helped you live?
No, so when I was born dead. I was blue.
Yep.
And so when I was laying there, the doctors had done everything they did.
Yeah.
They turned around and walked out of the room.
Okay.
And left me there.
Okay.
And my mother, her being saved, and a Christian, and she's the real deal.
Yeah.
She cried out to him and said, "Jesus, do something."
Yeah.
And she said he walked through the wall, breathed into me.
Okay.
I came alive.
Okay.
And walked back, and I've been fine ever since.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit of a different story.
A little bit.
We can go into that some other time.
Sometime.
Though.
Okay.
But I mean, for me, I'm an evidence-based person.
Right.
And there's enough evidence to support God's existence.
Right.
Not only his existence, but his dominance.
Yeah. Well, and you look again, so to bring back into the Scientology conversation, they are absolutely not violently, I would say, but very much against any of that.
They are.
And you are a bad person if you go and seek, because here's the thing: if you go outside the Scientology circle to get therapy or to get psychological help, that you're going to start talking about the crazy ideas in the church, and your psychologist or therapist is going to look at you and go, are you in danger? You sound like this doesn't sound like
you're in danger.
You
need us to save you. Wink twice.
Yeah, blink twice. Say something. Are you? what is going on here?
Good.
So that's why they're isolationists. Don't go to a doctor. Don't do this, because once you go outside the circle, you're open to the outside world, and the outside world's going to be like, I don't know about that.
But that's kind of how they are. Is like when you have a situation where you're enclosed and they want nothing to do. They don't want you going outside of them, other than them, because they have all the answers. Remember?
Yep.
Which is an absolute farce for reals. I mean, but basically, the last part of this, I want to say that to everybody out there, like if you're unsure about where you are, you need to examine the evidence.
Yeah.
Lee Strobel examined the evidence.
Yeah.
I mean, Lee Strobel was an atheist, and he came to the conclusion he wanted to disprove Christianity.
Yeah.
And ended up becoming a Christian. Why? Because there was enough evidence.
Yeah.
That's why. And I don't know. With Scientology, I don't even know what it is exactly.
Right.
Even after all the research I did, I still don't know what it is.
Well, and it's made up. It's a science fiction
It
religion.
is, yeah, exactly.
L. Ron Hubbard made it, and so he made it so that he could be the center of it. If you YouTube L. Ron Hubbard speeches or L. Ron and stuff, like they'll show you where he's a little bit of a quack.
He's
not,
a weirdo.
Again, he was intelligent, but he wasn't intelligent enough to know. And he was intelligent enough to know that what he was selling was probably bunk.
But he sold it well.
He sold it well.
He did.
And he managed to, for the longest time, evade the law, and then they got in trouble, and then they tried to clean it up. And so but I think the thing about Scientology, it's centered around a person. So it was L. Ron Hubbard before.
Yeah.
So now it's David Miscavige.
Yep.
It's a cult of ideology and a cult of personality.
It is.
And the thing about Christianity, it's not a I mean, most Christian churches, except for your mega churches, which that's a whole other issue. We've talked about that in the past.
Yes, it is.
It's not a cult of, it's not even a cult. It's a relationship with God.
It is, yeah.
It is not well, you have to do this and this and this, and you pay this money and do this thing. No.
He paid it all.
Yeah. And
that's the beauty.
That's the beauty of it. There is no entry fee.
Yep.
There is no opening scree that you have to take a test on.
Yep.
It's, do you want to follow Christ and be like him in all things? Yes. Welcome to the club. Do a prayer, come to church, yes. Build a relationship, and a lot of churches will offer beginner believer classes.
They will, yeah.
They'll offer, hey, our next session's coming up. We're going to walk through what it means to be a believer. How do you live a life of Christ? All that stuff. And it's free. And they'll serve you food. And if you don't like it,
yeah, they are.
You can leave.
That's right.
You go to the Church of Scientology.
You're not getting out.
You got to pay money. You're not going to get fed, and they're going to be like, oh, no, you need to stay. Stay with us. No, we got you. We can take care of you.
Don't leave, and then they grab you by the arm. Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Stay with us.
Stay with I mean, alleged.
Allegedly.
Alleged. But yeah, it's kind of the case. So
there's enough evidence though. There really is.
We also recognize that there's so much more to this.
Oh,
again, documentaries on documentaries have been made about Scientology.
This goes so deep, man.
It'll blow your mind, the amount of madness that is in there. So, yeah. Anything else, Chris?
I want to close with this.
Okay.
And it's because of what I learned. So okay. I like to learn things.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I have this great.
Well, you were created by Christ to be inquisitive.
I am inquisitive. Yes.
To search the truth.
I do search. I search a lot, and what I have learned is this: as you can see, there is a distinct comparison and wide gap between the two.
Yeah.
One requires learning and reading from a man who knows nothing of compassion or self-sacrifice.
Yep.
And the other. Those are the fundamental precepts. So in Christianity, compassion and self-sacrifice, or giving of yourself, selflessness.
Yeah,
those are the main concepts. Yeah. That's what Christ did. He came.
Yeah.
Now remember, he is God Almighty Himself.
Yeah.
Came as a man and laid down his divinity.
Yeah.
Does that mean he wasn't divine? No.
Yeah.
He was all God.
Yeah.
But all man.
Yeah.
All at the same time. But he gave his life as a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So that where he is, we can be also.
Yeah.
And loving people the same way you would want to love them, you would want them to love you. That's the concept. Love without constraint, wherein one must look to Christ for everything, including eternal life, which was not paid by Dianetics, but rather by a man, and his name is Jesus Christ. So if you don't know him, reach out to me or Aaron, and we will be glad to lead you to him. I will be glad. It would thrill my soul.
Yeah.
And that's what this podcast is about, I believe, is showing you that Christ is the one true and only way to God.
Yeah.
And to knowing him.
And I think that's right, because we've talked about a lot of the different religions today, primarily Scientology.
Yep. Facts.
We bumped up against Mormonism for a hot second. The important thing is when you look at a religion is it's like, okay, when, who, what, where,
exactly.
why.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
if you look at, again, we've talked about Scientology this whole hour. It's a recent invention. It's based on science fiction. It's not real.
That's bad.
It is a money making machine.
It is. Yeah. It's like, it's non-profit. How could it be non-profit if that's all they do is profit?
All they do is they take your money.
That's all they do is take your money.
And it's it's wild to me that this religion, quote unquote, still exists and is still allowed to operate.
I can't.
In the way that it operates.
I don't know how.
I think that's going to change because membership is dropping. People are the deluge of documentaries, articles, and videos and everything that's come out has been a very effective reminder of this is not the truth. Yeah. And to your point, you look at Christ and you look at the teachings of Christ and you look at all of that and you go, okay, this is a God of compassion, a God of love, a God of hope, a God of new beginnings, a God of forgiveness, but also a God of accountability, a God who wants you to be better than you are, and a God who says you can be more.
He expects you to be.
Any expectation, but that expectation is not tied to a financial charge.
It is not.
It is not tied to a requirement for a physical, for something to be given in place. It is freely given. It is freely put before you. And it's a personal choice. Yeah. You could, in all theory, right now get on your knees in your home and say, God, I want to turn my life over to you. Please let your son take my heart and become a part of my life. I want you to be all of that to me and more. I want to follow you. That's all it takes.
It's
then
simple.
You find yourself a church, you find yourself a pastor, you find yourself a community, and you integrate into that community. But that, again, to draw the comparison, there's no charge. They're not going to be like, okay, $10 cover charge to come to church today. They'll be like, hey, come on in, grab a seat. We have an usher. We have some people who want to talk to you. Hey, do you want to meet with our pastor at church? Oh, hey, they're easily accessible. Hey, you can make an appointment tomorrow if you want to come in and talk. Or, hey, we can talk to you. We'll stay for as long as you need. Hey, you want to grab some brunch with us? We're going out. And there's no condition like, okay, hey, let's go to brunch. It's not like you're going to brunch with us and then you're going to come to church tomorrow. No, it's like, hey.
You will come.
Yeah, you will come to church. It's like, no, hey, come hang out with us. Be a part of our community. Be a part of this living testament to Christ.
Yep.
When you think about it, when you compare Christianity against Scientology, it's a night and day difference. Yep. It's not a Christianity is a place where you're welcome, but you're not going to just be able to pay your way through. This is not the 1200s where you could pay for indulgences. This is the 2025s where you have to have a real relationship with Christ, and you have to.
You do.
And it's very specific. Like, it's not like this gobbly, little. It's like, no, the 10 Commandments start there. Then we talk about what love is. You talk about the armor of God. You talk about the Great Commission. You talk about there's our very specific pieces to this puzzle.
Yep.
It is not a mystery. It's not behind a paywall.
Laid out.
You don't have to like sign up for our subscription service and get the secrets delivered to you in email.
Lord help us all.
It's in a free Bible that any church would be happy to give you.
They would love to give
hey,
you one.
We'll give you 3, 4. Do you need a study Bible? We got that. Hey, do you need a Bible dictionary? We got some on the shelf here too. Do you want to be in a Bible study?
They
Let's
would
pull
too.
You in. Like, how do you want to be involved? And it's not going to be like, hey, pay us $20 for this. It's like, hey, no, just show up, and if you want to stay, you want to stay. If you want to leave, you want to leave. Yep. We'll support you either way. Like, Christ loves you and the church loves you.
Yep.
You don't hear that from the Church of Scientology.
No, it's all judgment.
They might try to position themselves in
they
that
try
way.
They try to position themselves that way.
But I say this as a follower of Christ since the age of 3.
Yep.
Like, there's no greater joy that I get than being able to talk about and be in church and to be a part of that community.
Yes.
I don't, and I can qualify it. I can't quantify it. I can qualify how it feels, but I can't quantify a measurement. Like in Scientology, have you hit your OT2? It's all about measuring and financial.
It is.
Have you given your money?
Exactly
in
right.
the Christian church, it's no. There is a joy that comes in working with Christ.
Yes, there is.
Christ, through Christ, and with Christ.
It is a joy that is indescribable.
Yeah, it
really is.
And that's when you know I feel, this is an I feel statement, I feel like that's when you know you found something the right thing.
Yeah.
Because there shouldn't be, like it says, there's no condemnation. Like,
those are in Christ Jesus.
Yeah, Christ is your decider. He's the guy who's in charge of deciding your justice, and that's how he works. It's not anybody's responsibility. It's not it's not the position of an auditor to do it for you. You don't go to an auditor every Sunday morning and go, okay, well, here's all the things I've done wrong. Okay, I'm going to make a note of it and put it in your file. That doesn't happen in the Christian church.
He says, your sin is cast as far as the east is from the west.
Yeah, you ask
into the sea of forgetfulness.
You ask for forgiveness.
Alive.
You confess your sin. That page is cleared. There's no.
He is just faithful to forgive you.
Yeah, we don't store those. God doesn't hold a grudge.
That's what's beautiful about it. Yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful.
And so it's like when we start talking about, like, we could talk about this for the next hour. We can't. You got to go somewhere. And
5 hours.
Yeah, I'm like, but it's like that's when when you're wanting to talk about it.
Yep.
When it just comes to a point of like natural conversation. And it's a joyful conversation.
Yes.
Where you're not like, well, allegedly. And no, there's no alleged about the Christian
no, it's
church
not
in
alleged.
the Bible. It's the truth.
It is. Yeah.
And with the Church of Scientology, you have to be mindful. Like, okay, it's alleged. Well, it's not. It's like no other church in the world operates in a way that people are afraid to talk about it or engage with it or even approach it because they know they're afraid of it. It's created a culture of fear.
Yep,
whether or not they will admit to it or not, the alleged fear that they create, you can't help but look to Christianity and go, man, totally different ballgame.
It is.
Totally different sport.
Yeah, it's not even on the same playing field. It's
right.
completely.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about Jesus is the way that he like knew to think of all these things.
Yeah.
And to position the Christian faith in such a way that it requires his intervention for it to work correctly.
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, I've tried it by myself.
Yep.
It don't work.
No, it doesn't.
You will fall flat on your face.
Yep.
But with him, life can be so joyful, Matt.
Yep.
It can be so much better.
I agree.
I have joy every day. Yep. I really do. I really love life.
So our final message here, obviously, is find your joy in Christ. Don't find it in things that are
facts,
that are fake or false, or they make you do things that you shouldn't have to do in any kind of religion or relationship. Christ is the answer, is the ultimate answer, and that's what we do every week, every 2 weeks, and on this program here on the Mad Monk Podcast, is we're here to talk about religion, faith, and everything else in between. Until next time, I came up with my catchphrase. Until next time, we urge you to keep the faith, stay close to the faith, and carry Christ with you in everything.
Facts. I like it.
Until next time, we'll see you later, y'all. Oh my gosh, it won't stop. It won't stop recording. Stop.